Minecraft currently has 9 different forest types, and they all look pretty basic. Plus, some of these forests haven't been updated in 15 years.
This is bad!
So, I'm going to transform all of them, starting with the classic oak forest. But to transform the forest, we first need to destroy the forest. So we'll grab our trusty hoe, it's time to break some leaves. Do you guys know why skeletons are so hated? Because they have no body that likes them? Get it? Because they're skeletons, no body? Okay, but why are there so many skeletons here? Oh my god, doing this at nighttime was a bad idea. Okay, now we need to get rid of all the logs. Yep, sorry buddy, they've gotta go. Okay. Now this episode is not just going to be about transforming the trees in every biome. We're also going to do some terraforming and build some brand new structures. But saying that, the first thing I'm going to build is this giant tree. So I need 5,000 oak logs. Oh no, the llama, dude. And I also need 7,000 jungle leaves. It's kind of ironic how I'm destroying 2 forests to make 1 single tree, but hey oh. Okay, well that's what the tree looks like without leaves. This is a pretty cool view of it actually. Should I just leave it like this? Alright, that looks pretty good, but it's very dark. Let's get some shroom lights in some of these leaves. But now we'll do some landscaping because this is just very ugly. So I think I want to have a path that connects our 2 gateways up. So yeah, this connects up to right here, which is pretty good. I think this is the first time I've used rooted dirt in a build. Does anybody even know this block exists? Oh, no! My path. Dude, the immersiveness of this world just went up like plus 100. I don't even know if that's a word, but it looks good. And right here, I have not connected the path because we're going to build a river. Because I mean, just look at it. Like, this mountain was definitely a river in its past life.
What?
Yeah, this river is kind of doo-doo right now. It doesn't even reach the bottom. Alright, the river be rivering. So I think we're good to build some little oak trees in this area now. And my technique for these was pretty simple. A long thick trunk, a couple of twisted branches, and a big round bush. So yeah, that's a cheeky little oak tree. We just gotta build like 20 more of those. And we had a lot of space to cover here. So I first built some of the larger trees I designed to populate the general area. After that, it was time to fill in the empty gaps with, you guessed it, even more trees. And on top of that, I also changed the big tree, because yeah, it looked a bit goofy. Okay, I'm gonna stop using that, it's a bit broken. So we just gotta finish up the rest of the landscape now. So we can add some rocks by this river. Okay, we've done all the rocks and there's just a pig in this river somehow. How did you get stuck? Go find a purpose in your life, go. But next we'll add some crop fields into this area. And I think a windmill would actually fit pretty nicely right here. So I have to get rid of this tree I built. So tree goes kaboom. Wait, how did the arrow stay intact? What the hell? So we'll quickly build a little windmill right here. And so this is what the oak forest looked like before. And this is what it looks like now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, now's probably a good time to mention that I'm transforming these biomes in the order that they were released in. Which means next up is the jungle. And when I think of a jungle transformation, I'm picturing a massive overgrown temple that is protecting a giant sacred tree. So first, let's just clear out a massive area. Also, I love how there's a black sheep here. Bro thinks he's a panda or something. But next we'll build the foundation for the temple. And this is definitely the biggest temple I've ever made. Oh boy. Now we have to build the big tree that's gonna come out the middle of it. And for that, I literally need thousands of blocks. And what the hell is wrong with my jungle? There's a floating vine and there's a tree cut in half. What is this?
What the hell?
I guess I'll finish the job. Alright, it is time to build this tree. There's a cat here. Let's see if he has 9 lives. What? The prophecy is true? He has 9 lives. Well, 8 now, I guess, but what the hell? Alright, it's time to add some lights now. And this is how I add lights. I literally just fly up. Hello. This is probably like the stupidest way to do it, but how else am I supposed to do it really? Hey, I'd say that is pretty good. So now it's time to do some smaller custom trees. And for these trees, I decided to only build them surrounding this path leading right to the temple, because rebuilding this entire jungle with custom trees would make me want to jump into the void. So jungle trees have pretty thick trunks, and jungle trees also have like a lot of crazy branches that just come out. So you can use like slabs and fences to show that. And then once you've done that, you can just cover all these things in leaves. And yeah, we get a cool little custom tree that has skeletons spawning on it. What the heck? I need to put some lights in here. Oh my god. So let's make the rest of this path more jungly. Alright, there are all the custom trees in, but now we gotta rebuild all of these areas that I destroyed. So we'll plant a bunch of jungle saplings. Yeah, wait, I've run out of jungle saplings. Why are jungle saplings like the hardest saplings to get? I swear to god. There's also a trident guy here apparently. Wait, there's a baby zombie drowned holding a trident. Come here, you little rascal. Oh, we actually got the trident, nice. Come on, why is this tree not growing? Yeah, I mean, this feels jungly enough. So this is what the jungle was like before, and this is what we turned it into. So now moving on, the next 4 forests were all released in the 1.7 update in 2013, which was 12 years ago. Oh my god. So we'll start with the ugliest of the 4, which is the birch forest. Dude, this hoe has been through so much this episode already. Is the unsung hero. Stay away, zombie. Oi, that's my leaf, zombie. It's a zombie villager. Zombie villager. What am I doing, man? Alright, this is looking smooth. Smooth as a baby's bottom. That's a sus saying, you know. Who came up with that saying? Right here, let's add in a lake, which I'm thinking can flow all the way down like this bit. And there we go. That looks pretty good to me. But now time for the trees. And you guys may have seen the concept art for what the birch forest update could have looked like. But let's be real, you guys didn't click on this video to see me build taller versions of these garbage trees. So I've got a couple of different designs up my sleeve. So in this area, we're going to build some tall, skinny trees. It's like me, but minus the tall part. So something small like that, and these will be very compact. Hey, that rhymes. The second type of tree is a fallen tree, so that's pretty easy to do. And the final type of birch tree is a bit more complex. Like this tree actually has branches. How crazy is that? And it looks a little something like that. So we'll mark where all these birch trees will go. Holy, that's a lot of birch trees. Bro, I'm gonna be 50 years old by the time I finish all these. Oh my god. Yo, who said birch forest could look nice? This is actually so nice. Let's see if we can make the fat trees look as good as these ones. Hey you, did you know it took me 1 hour to build these 10 trees? Yep, that's right, 1 hour. So if you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing, because otherwise you lick trees. Cool, thank you. Back to building more trees. Which forest do you guys think looks better? For me, I think I prefer the skinny birch. It just looks cleaner, although maybe I'm just not very good at designing birch trees. But we've got a lot of detailing to do now, so we'll add rooted dirt on the bottom because trees have roots, right? I'm saying right as if that isn't completely obvious. Hey, now that we've transformed this forest, we can laugh at how ugly this one is. Ha ha ha, you ugly tree, you ugly. We can also add a bunch of flowers. The main colors I'm seeing in the art are pink, white, blue, and purple.
Huh?
Wait, there are no purple flowers in Minecraft, are there? I feel like these are more magenta. But anyways, let's just add a bunch in. And with all these flowers, we should also add some bees. So if I just break this beehive, I don't, oh my, okay, that's not how you get beehives, ow. Okay, we've got to use Silk Touch then, surely. Is this guy okay?
Ooh, piece of candy.
Oh, he is. I thought he was just like frozen in time. There we go. Okay, this is not a bee kidnapping, it's a surprise relocation. And you know what, I think that's a pretty banging transformation. But the next forest we are going to transform is the spruce forest. And yes, I know this area is not a spruce forest, but we're going to transform it here anyways. So first up, we got to get rid of all the oak trees. Hello zombie, oh, hello creeper. Oh man. Okay, now let's fix up this disgusting landscape. So we'll start with this stony shore, and we'll just change it all to be sandy, you know, like an actual beach. It's also a completely random thought, but how crazy is it that there was someone called Sandy Cheeks in a town called Bikini Bottom in SpongeBob? He'd show my ass, mate. My sandy ass. Hiya, creeper. Just trying to build a nice beach here. Yeah, that already looks way better, but the thing is, I actually don't want this area to be grass. I want it to be podzol. So if we grow some big trees, a boom. Yeah, would you look at that? Look how much podzol there is. And I'm out of saplings. Although I guess it's not like we have a shortage of trees around here. Wait, when a podzol turns to dirt, does it just have like an identity crisis? Because like, it's not podzol anymore, you're just a piece of dirt, mate. Come on. Damn, it looks like somebody just took a massive dump on this area. But now it's time to spruce it up. See what I did there? Because we're building spruce trees. Yeah, I'm funny, aren't I? So we're going to split this transformation up into 3 different sections. The regular taiga, the huge taiga, and the snowy taiga. And yes, I mean the trees, not the animal. And starting with the huge taiga, the trees, as you would expect, were pretty huge. Not only were the trunks extremely tall, but the leaves were a pain in the ass to place. Meaning that this section alone took me about 3 hours to build. For the small spruce trees, I decided to make them much more compact and dense. And because these trees were much shorter and had less leaf structures, I thought this would be a quick and easy build. It wasn't. And for the snowy taiga, I built the exact same trees as before, but with the added change of making the leaves more droopy, to give a realistic effect where the snow is weighing it down. But we gotta cover the ground in snow as well, so it's time for these snow golems to get to work. Oh dude, I've started a civil war. No! No! But don't worry, because reinforcements have arrived. Oh, no, 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 no! Dude, they're killing each other. Okay, what did I just watch? Well, thank you for your service, snow golems. Even though you took yourselves out. But there we go, that's actually looking like a snowy taiga now. A snowy taiga that doesn't snow but rains. Back to this biome though, we've got to make this ground look less pooey. So we can just add all the stuff you'd find in a regular taiga forest. Why did I build so many trees? Because I've got to put rooted dirt under all of them. Oh my god. Oh yeah, and in these 2 spots right here, we're going to build some nice cozy cabins. And hey, we even got some residents. The hell? And that completes the trifecta of taiga biomes. Oh baby, a triple. The next biome transformation is going to be a bit smaller because we are doing the acacia forest now. And the good thing about acacia trees is that they're actually pretty easy to make them look good. First you create the foundation of the tree, then you can add some blocks like tough and mossy cobblestone, and then you can just add leaves like in the shape of a bowl. Honestly, I'd say acacia trees could be one of the best looking trees if the leaves didn't look like they were drenched in piss, but I mean, this whole biome looks like it's been drenched in piss anyways. But yeah, let's just build more trees. Bro, I need a drink after building this tree. What the hell? This thing is massive. Alright, let's go. Okay, we built all the trees on this side, and also on that side. So I'm thinking we connect this bridge with a mountain. Wait, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother saying that again. We're just gonna run with it. Oh, I didn't really think about how difficult this was gonna be to build, though. You like that? Are you? Oh my god, this is not fun. Okay. Are you? Don't you love it when phantoms spawn during the day? Hold on a second. Have I nailed this? Yeah, you know what? I think I've nailed this, mate. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that is nice, mate. Look at that nice arch. Should I add guardrails? Nah, honestly, if you pull off this thing, that's just natural selection, he says as he jumps off it. And believe it or not, this is all that I built for the acacia forest, which I've just realized while editing is pretty boring. So I decided to come back to this biome and add a couple more details to really bring this place to life. And the first thing this forest needed was some animals. So taking inspiration from real life, I add animals that you would actually find in this setting. After that, it was time to add the usual stuff, like rocks, bushes, ponds, a path, as well as a small campsite and outpost. And with all that, the acacia forest transformation was complete. So moving on to the last of the 6 OG forests, we've got the dark oak forest. And we're gonna go with a fantasy vibe for this one. So yeah, first we'll get to terraforming this whole place. Oh my lads, can you chill out please? I'm trying to build a lake here. God, so disrespectful. There we go, that looks pretty good for now. We're gonna use these paths as like markers for everything else we'll build in this biome. So we'll start with the main structure for this place, which believe it or not is not going to be a woodland mansion. Dude, I hate placing terracotta in. It's just, how do you get the right orientation on this thing?
Bruh.
There we go. Although that side doesn't exactly look the same. Oh well. Honestly, this might be one of the best builds I've done. And with shades on as well, it's just like, oh my, it's beautiful. Turn that off though, because my computer's gonna blow up. Let's go ahead and start building some of these dark oak trees. So obviously dark oak trees are pretty thick, and then the leaves are also very just like small and wide. Ow, seriously, skeleton? Wait, how am I gonna fit more of these trees here though? Yeah, those are pretty cramped, but I mean, I guess that's what a dark oak forest is supposed to be. Kind of reminds me of penguins when they like huddle together to stay warm. I've cracked the case. Dark oak trees are just cold. Now, in between all these trees, we're gonna plant regular trees as well, not custom ones because I'm lazy. And we're also gonna build some mushrooms. And I'm not gonna make a mushroom pun this time, I swear. So there we go, that's the red mushroom. And where am I gonna build a brown one? Should I just build a brown one right next to it? Sure. Wait, does this mean I need to transform the mushroom field too? Nah, that's not a forest, right? Alright, well, time to add more shrooms. And we're going to be building many mushrooms of different colors and sizes. This is the all-inclusive mushroom dark oak forest. There we go, we got some green toads. We got blue toads. We got some yellow spiky toads. We got orange toads. And we got a toad that's been snacking on too many Goombas. Because he a big boy. I don't even know if there's other toad colors apart from red. That's the only one I remember from playing Mario on the Wii. That stuff was absolutely goated, man. Okay, now we'll just add a bunch of leaves and foliage to this whole area. Nope, that's an unfortunate placement. Did not mean to make a dong there, but we did. Alright, I think that's enough detailing, which means we have now finished the dark oak forest transformation. So the next forest on the list is the mangrove swamp, which I don't really know if it counts as a forest, but the majority of you guys say it does, so you guys know the drill. It's time for me to sit in silence and break some leaves. Oh, there goes another hoe. Okay, surely this is enough mangrove leaves, right? That means I can just break the logs. My life just got 10 times easier. Yippee! Hello, sir? What are you doing there? Why is Pro just in the tree? So the next step is going to be to build a giant rock in the middle of this whole thing. So we'll go ahead and get a circular outline of stone. Why are there so many lily pads in this place? So I think I'd like the first couple layers to be like mud, and then it'll move to stone, and then it'll move to moss. Why is that such a weird color? This does not match the moss at all. I hate it. Get out of here. Is it a rock or is it a boulder? I do not know.
It's a rock!
So now I'm going to attempt to build a very complex system of mangrove roots around this island. Oh my god, man. Why is there a wandering trader here? Sorry, my mouth is full of food. So now all this has been basically mangrove transformation. So for the swamp part of this transformation, we're going to build a brand new witch hut right on top of this little rock. But now we're going to build some custom mangrove trees. So get all these ugly mangroves out of here. What the hell is this vine? What the hell is that vine? This witch be doing some mad sorcery here. I don't know what's going on there. So for these custom mangrove trees, I changed the one thing I disliked about the regular mangrove trees, and that is the fact that they're too short and they're too square.
What do you say fuck me for?
And just as the regular mangrove trees were to break, these new custom trees were annoying as hell to build. Oh my, these are going to be so annoying. I have to bridge out to each individual droopy leaf. My god, leaves. Why do you have to be so down, mate? So depressed. What the hell is that phantom doing? Bro's having a seizure over there. What the heck? So I guess we'll just add some stuff to the water just to beef it up a bit. So we'll add carpets just on the water because these are algae pools or something, I guess. Skeleton, please. I'm having a hard enough time placing these as it is.
Bruh.
Oh my god. You know, I just realized if there's big mangrove roots here, then there probably should be a giant tree here as well. I guess for lore reasons, we can just say this witch cut down the tree. Witches be doing witch things, cutting down trees apparently. Alright, and I think that completes the mangrove/swamp transformation. So the next forest on the list is the Cherry Grove. And for this transformation, I'm gonna need a lot of blocks. The first material we need is a bunch of cherry leaves, which, I mean, we can easily get just from decimating this forest. Dude, breaking cherry trees is actually kind of relaxing. It's just softness in my ears. This is definitely not going to be enough though to get 6,000 cherry wood, so I think we're going to let the machines do the work for that one.
You lazy motherfucker.
We also need a bunch of pink stain blocks. Yes, give me all these PPs, mate. So there we go, there's all the pink glass we need. There is all the pink terracotta we need. And there is also a camel. Look at his bunda, mate. There is all the pink concrete, and finally there is all the wool. So now what we're going to build is a giant cherry bonsai tree. Dude, this is hella cool, but that might be one of the most annoying things I've ever built. We haven't even gone to the leaves yet. Oh boy. Dude, this is nice. Although I will say the side profile is a little bit goofy. But we got one problem because do you guys see a forest anywhere? Because I don't. Yeah, I don't think one big tree classifies as a forest, so we've got to build a couple more trees. And I'm actually going to design one right now because I feel like this whole episode has just been me following schematics the whole time. So I think just a small, simple tree with maybe 2 branches kind of coming out from both sides. Yeah, we've definitely done something with those branches. I think that looks okay. So now we add leaves, and I can already tell this is going to be the really annoying part. Yep, that's why. Mate, for a tree that's taken me about 40 minutes to build, this is pretty good, I can't lie. So now on to bigger and better trees, aka ones that have been pre-designed by moi. Why is there an oak tree here? Bro thinks he's a cherry tree. Get out of here. So now we're just going to make this place a bit more lively. So we'll add a couple of moss blocks around the base of the tree. Dude, what is this long schlong right here? Let's get rid of this. Then next I think we'll build a path that goes around the bonsai tree. Yo. Not again, Creeper, not again. Mate, that's a cheeky little bench right there. Let's add a couple more of those. Hey, it's a bench and a stove. Wait. Get in there. Oh, and maybe we should add like a little pond here. In you go, lad. And here's a friend so you don't get lonely. And for the finishing touch of this place, we're gonna add a Japanese style gate, which I actually learned is called a Torri Gate, which is pretty cool. And you know what? That is not too shabby. So yeah, that means we have finished the Cherry Grove transformation. This is very nice. So the final forest on the list is the Pale Gardens. But a slight issue because I haven't even updated to that version yet. So we'll just quickly use the time machine. Cool. And now it's time to get on the hunt for a Pale Garden. Whoa. Okay, my elytra just broke. Yo, is that it? Oh, that is actually it. I thought that was a mountain. Although I will say the fact that this is on like a big hill is not exactly good for what I want to build. So I'm gonna have to find another one, unfortunately. Okay, I mean, this one isn't too bad. You know, it's a perfect shape, perfect size. What else could you ask for, really? So you know what that means. I like how Mojang has probably spent weeks working on this update, and the first thing I'm doing to it is transforming it. Mojang probably despises us hardcore YouTubers, man. Oh, actually, what's the deal with these creakings as well? I wanna find one. So are these guys like hostile, passive? What's the dealio, mate? Wait, hold on. If you stack like a bunch of creakers, can you just have like a bunch of them following you? Hey, come and do the conga. I don't know the lyrics. Bam. Okay, turns out this area might be a bit too small, so I went and cleared another whole forest, but it turns out that didn't give me enough wood for what I want to build, so I went and built a tree farm as well. So now for this build, we've got to flatten this entire area, and now that this is a bit more flat, we can start working on a big rock formation. We'll use tuff and stone and cobblestone, because these are the most rockiest rocks I could find. Okay, you guys are probably looking at this like, what the hell are you building? Trust me, let me cook. Okay, hopefully now this makes more sense. We've got these big rock formations that are going to be surrounding another giant tree. Yes, I'm definitely obsessed with building giant trees. And why the hell is there a wandering trader in there? What is he doing?
Hello there.
Now this tree is a little bit different because there's actually going to be no leaves on this one. So all these bits on the top are kind of just dead branches that come out further. Okay, thanks phantoms. Dude, honestly, getting attacked by phantoms while you're building should be considered a form of torture. This is absolutely brutal. Oh my god. Now, I also need some resin for this tree though, so we're gonna have to make a resin farm. I think now I can just punch him, and yep, there we go. We get free resin. Man, I've never clicked so fast on my mouse before. This tree is getting there, mate. Whoa, wait. I just realized they added toes to this guy. Why did they add toes to a tree? Man's toes are kind of crooked, to be honest. I think you need to go see a doctor, buddy. Oh, that's a pretty appropriate reaction to getting punched in the crotch, I guess.
Now that's a lot of damage!
And you know, that's a pretty decent amount of resin, but I don't think this is enough just yet. Wait, I'm actually dying because I'm punching this guy too much. Look at what you've done to me, Creeker. This is all your fault, dude. How could you do this, man? I can't believe you would do this to me. So obviously we're going to add some of these resins into the tree. And because this tree is like a giant creaking, basically, I also want to build like a giant creaking heart that fills in this hole right here. So if we actually use like the creaking heart as reference, there's a bit of a gray outline. Then the next layer in is a bit of a darker orange color. And I guess now we can just fill the middle bit with these resin blocks. And yeah, now I just need more resin blocks to cover the rest of the tree. And while I waited for night to get more resin, I decided to add some smaller dead trees as well as more rocks into the environment. So you know, I'd have something to do while I wasn't beating some wood. Okay, we've actually got quite a lot of trees in here now, and also a bunch of creakings. This place is looking lively. For a dead forest. It's a paradox, but it's also very gray, which I don't really like. So we can grab some of these flowers, and these obviously only sprout at night, which is a bit annoying. Dude, I'm getting bullied by every single mob right now. What the hell? Just let a man build in peace. We can also add a couple of other flowers in, and that completes the final forest transformation, the Pale Gardens. This is perfect. But do you know what else is perfect? Because Mojang have finally released a forest update. So let's go see what kind of new stuff we can add to our already transformed forests. Hey, there it is. We found some new stuff already. This is leaf litters, right? Yeah. Oh, and this is a new thing as well. What is this? A bush. Now see if we can find a birch forest. I believe they have some new stuff as well. Oh, is that new stuff? Oh, it is. These are the new firefly bushes, I think. Let's see. Oh my god, what is that? It's a new pig. It's a bit of a weird color for a pig, isn't it? But, I mean, you do you, man. Oh. Wait, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Wildflowers. Dude, these are actually hella nice. This update is pretty cool, I can't lie. Honestly, Mojang should do more of this. Why not just add one petal for every color? That'd be pretty cool. So let's go back and add these into our biomes. Yeet. So first, let's go ahead and add these wildflowers into the birch forest. These are low-key actually like perfect. I feel like yellow is the one color this biome really needs. Next, we'll add a bunch of leaf litters into the rest of the forest. Oh, and we'll also just add all these bushes in here too. The bush. Now, with these bushes, I don't exactly have many left, but I think if you bone meal them, yes, it duplicates them. Nice. And I'm pretty sure you can also do it with the firefly bushes. Yep. I have no idea what these firefly bushes actually do though. I think we're probably gonna have to wait for nighttime. And is this what they do? Just give out little particles? I mean, that's pretty cool still. And yeah, I think that is gonna wrap up this episode. And if you guys want to play on this world for yourself, well then make sure to check out the channel memberships. And if you have any suggestions for any of these biomes, then feel free to leave those in the comments. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Peace!